Welcome into Nebraska Shootaround. I'm Ravi. That's Mike Sautter here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill, coming to you a day after a
convincing win. No, a win.
Probably not how you wanted it to look.
A win. I'll say this:
it's a win.
It's a win.
A win is a win
over Maryland Eastern Shore, who is one of the worst teams in Division I basketball.
What was the number going in? 358 out of 365? 359?
358 out of 365 in the Ken Palm rating. So there's 365 Division I basketball teams. There were also 300 and close to that number in adjusted offensive efficiency, which clearly showed last night. That team cannot shoot.
Also bad.
Cannot do anything. And after the game, they are 364th out of 365 teams in adjusted offensive efficiency in the country.
But they are up to 352 in the overall Ken Palm.
Yes, they moved up because they played a team that is a top 50 team. So played a quad 1 team. So, they've played 2 quad 1 teams. Maryland Eastern Shore has played Georgia, where they scored 29 points. And then Nebraska, they scored 50. And frankly, they shouldn't have scored 50. It should have been probably 40-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nebraska couldn't make a shot. And that's a concern. It's not the end of the world, because I do think, like I've said before, I don't think that there's going to be a night where Price Sanford, Connor Essegian, and Braden Frager all are just totally off from 3. Now, that night was last night.
Which, if you're going to have it, better be against Maryland Eastern Shore. Yeah.
I mean, 6 of 32 from 3 as a team is not great.
So those 3 guys that you mentioned were 3 for 15. Sanford, Frager, and Essegian.
Frager was 0 for 4 from 3. Essegian was 0 for 3, and
Sanford was
3 for 8. Yeah.
Well, 3 for 8's not terrible. That's fine.
No, that's good. Yeah, it's fine. He scored 19 game high. He actually
8
was,
for 13 from
he
had a good game.
He was the pop towards the end of the first half. He had Nebraska went on a 9-0 run. He had 5 of those 9, 5 straight, and then to start the second half, Nebraska started the second half 8-2 run, and all 4 of their baskets were at the rim.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they kind of, after the game, it was said that the game plan didn't change. Maybe they just focused more on the game plan of what Coach Hoiberg said was making Maryland Eastern Shore play with the defense with their feet, meaning try and defend people, and they couldn't.
Yeah, so I always kind of wonder in games like this, where obviously Nebraska is going to be able to do some things to Maryland Eastern Shore that won't translate to Big Ten play, right? Whether that's getting the ball to the rim a little bit more aggressively, things like that. I always wonder how much you want to try and play your season-long game plan, like your Big Ten Conference game plan, and get good at that versus, hey,
let's just go out and
we're gonna win. You're gonna win this game.
Roll the ball out and play.
Yeah, you're gonna win this game. How much is okay, we need to win by a certain amount so it looks a certain way, because that's true, right? Yeah. And even with a 19-point win, people are like, oh, what happened there, right?
Well, it was 31 at one point,
right?
So that's why it should have probably. And Coach
probably should have been 25-30.
Yeah, Coach Hoiberg was not happy, I'll say, after a 19-point win. He was.
Nor should he be, really.
Yeah, he was pretty, not happy. He was happy with some of the guys that played. Leo Curtis got good minutes, and got more experience and played decently well, I guess I'll say. He had 6 points and didn't miss a free throw and made his one
got almost 10 minutes.
Attempt. Yeah, I mean, that was good.
Good to get him some reps.
Yeah, they just, Sam Hoiberg was great. Career high, 18 points, career high, 7 rebounds. 4 assists. He had a great
game.
So
2 for 4 from 3. The only guy that shot well, I mean, Price was fine, but Sam Hoiberg shot well from 3.
Right. And so, but he was still kind of upset because they did have a 31-point lead at the under 12 timeout. And he said, we got to put our foot on the gas and get that thing to 40.
Yeah, 100%.
Instead, it went the other way.
Yeah.
And wasn't happy with the way they finished the game at all. The last 7 minutes or so, he was pretty upset, especially against a team like really struggles to score the basketball.
And wildly outmatched. Let's be honest here. I mean,
yeah.
I do think there is. I do think that is something that Nebraska probably needs to find a way to zero in on, and they'll have opportunities over the course of the non-conference.
Yeah.
It does, but then they've got some other games that they should be able to really put their foot down on.
Right.
Where, like, that is a skill that some teams have to learn, right? To be able to finish out games strong, even if it's like, oh, we're up by 31, we're not going to lose this game. But how you finish does matter.
They did a good job against FIU doing that.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah,
and they shot really well. I mean,
and West Georgia too.
Yeah,
they did a good job there.
Did a good job of that. They just didn't make shots. And that is gonna happen. And finding a way to win against a much better opponent by not making shots, they're gonna have to play defense. And last night, I do think that their defensive game plan was great. They Maryland Eastern Shore wanted to get it to the post. They doubled. They had that. Baseline guy, Joker kind of guy. And that was like a Season or Cale Jacobson under the basket that came on a double.
Yep.
And you could tell Rienk or Berke, when the guy got it in short corner, they were letting him go baseline because that's where the double was coming from. And it caused some turnovers and things. So the defensive game plan was great. Coach Lenzer does fantastic.
Really good at what he does.
So
yeah.
It was good. They just didn't. If they would have made some shots, it would have been.
I mean, they shot
40 points
poorly from three and from the field. I mean, obviously 19% from three, under 40% from the field. If they shoot even, 45 and 30%, we're talking about a 45, 50-point game, right? Like, this is an unbelievably bad shooting performance. But I did want to you brought up Berke there for a second. How have you felt through? And I know it's 3 games against lesser opponents, but how have you felt the adjustment has been with Rienk Mast being added back to the lineup? I felt like we've seen, I felt like a lot more was needed and asked of Berke last year. How do you feel like this fits his skill set?
He doesn't have to be the primary post defender,
which helps a ton.
He was the best one analytically last year on the team because Braxton Mia wasn't awesome. And Andrew Morgan wasn't a great post defender, but Berke was the best one. So it's helped. It's helped a ton. He's adjusted, I think, really well. It's opened up more space probably for him too on the offensive end. And Rienk just changes the game so much. He's just at the top of the key, even against FIU. There were so many backdoor cuts and him able to pass like through traffic on a cut and hit that cutter. That's amazing. It's great. And his ability to step out and hit a three is.
I would say the fact that you have to honor him defensively as a scorer from that range really changes that.
You have to come out on him, so it opens up the lane for those cutters, and that's part of their offense. So, the backdoor things is good. Now, last night he kind of regressed back to the non-steal turnover guy that Berke was last year, and early and. Credit to Coach Hoiberg because they pulled him right away when that happened. I mean, there was one, he just kind of jumped, didn't know what to do with the ball, and it was just in the offense, and he had it on the wing, and he just kind of jumped, and then it was a travel, and it was like, what are you doing? What are we doing? So that was, not great to see. He had 2 turnovers right away that were like that. So took him out and subbed him out, and that's what there's a lot more depth on this team for Nebraska, and things heat up real quick here.
So as things heat up, you mentioned the depth there. What do you think that looks like in terms of a rotation? I mean, you had obviously a bunch of guys got minutes last night. A bunch of guys got at least 9 or 10 minutes. I think 10 guys got at least 10 minutes last night. So you're looking at, I'm guessing, quite a little bit pared down from there.
Yeah. Braden Frager was the first guy off the bench last night.
And we expect him to definitely be.
He's going to be
part of the rotation.
Yeah. Connor Season is
definitely going to be a part of the rotation.
It's now they're playing without Oogie, who is supposed to be their backup post, swing guy. And is that gonna be Jared Garcia? Is that Leo Curtis? Is that and Leo Curtis, when Big Ten play comes, he's gonna struggle. He's not physically from an upper body standpoint. He's not skinny string bean. He is from a physical, like strength standpoint,
Yeah.
he's got a ways to go. He
Yeah.
is uber talented.
Sure. Yeah.
He might be the most talented player on the team, naturally gifted talent.
Yeah.
So do you
But got some physical way to go to be ready.
So that's why Oogie, like getting him back hopefully around Christmas time.
I would say what's
hopefully
like,
around Christmas.
So
is their
early
goal.
Big Ten season.
Yeah, maybe
that'd be good.
The first 2 Big Ten games.
That'd be good.
Having him back will totally help.
Yeah.
But I do think,
so either
they've already kind of pared it down. And I did ask in post game, I asked after the FIU game, hey, you only played 8 in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
kind of,
have you moved, in that direction?
Mm-hmm.
And that the answer was no, but it feels like there's like an 8.
So Connor, Braden, one of either Leo or Oogie.
Or Jared Garcia at the moment.
Or Jared. So we'll call that one spot.
And then so you have
then your starting 5 gets us to
Connor,
8.
Cale Jacobson is in that too.
And then so that would be 9.
Yeah. So that's
you think like 9-ish
group. Yeah, that's kind of the group.
So not pared down a ton from what we saw.
No, not at all.
We don't expect minutes from like Kendall Blue.
Yeah, Justin Blue. I was just gonna bring that up. That's the guy that people were super excited about
came
in.
Yeah, from St. Thomas, right?
Yeah. And like I will tell you, people, they tried to use him as the initiator of the offense, and I didn't see that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I watched Kendall Blue play 3 games in person for St. Thomas, and at no point did I think he had that.
Yeah.
Initiator of the offense. I'm not even gonna call it point guard, but like the initiator thing.
Yeah, because like Rienk is an initiator of the offense, not a point guard, right? Like,
I'm. It's that multi-ball handler system that Nebraska runs, but he's right now the outside guy looking in. He only got 4 minutes against Maryland Eastern Shore, so like he's kind of towards the end of the bench right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's talented.
Could work his way
back into it for sure.
But maybe we'll have to find a different role than originally.
Yeah, like that role is just there's a log jam there, like that wing we talked about.
Part of that's Jamarcus playing better sort of in that types of role, right?
Yeah, Jamarcus Lawrence and Sam Hoiberg have played better, and like their chemistry's amazing because they really know each other and played together.
Yeah.
And Jamarcus, he'll have games where he'll hit shots and then they'll have games where he just needs to kind of run the offense and do what he can to, get 2 assists, 3 assists, 4 assists, and not turn it over.
Mm-hmm.
Like there'll be games where he needs to do that and score 4 or 5 points. Now, I think they'd really like him to be closer to double figures.
Yeah,
scoring.
10, 12 points would be nice. Yeah.
If that's going to be your, 2 guard, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Sam kind of flipping that. But the team is good. They're on a roll. They have, as much as people want to poo-poo this, they have the nation's longest win streak at 7 games.
They do.
If you go back to last year, so
they certainly do.
They certainly have that, and it is a real thing. It's not,
all those games counted. Those aren't exhibitions. All those games counted.
The roster has changed, obviously, but as a program, they have the nation's longest win streak at 7 games. So it's now. You go to Sioux Falls, which is
I'll say it gets pretty real this weekend
against Oklahoma, a good team that made the tournament last year. It's a quad 1 opponent, like like it will end up being for sure a quad 1 opponent. You got to get it. Like it is a neutral site, but the last 2 years it has been a home game.
Yeah.
Like it has for sure been a home game. I mean, there's only 3,500 people that can fit in there, and it has been primarily, I would say probably 3,000
of the 3,500 is
of the 3,500. It's probably 3,400 Nebraska fans,
and then friends and family
parents,
from the other team,
parent section. So that it gets tougher. Oklahoma's a good team. Won again last night, and they need to handle business there. And then they go to Kansas
Hall of Fame
City.
Classic,
yeah. Then you go to Kansas City, and that's New Mexico. You got to win that one, right? And then you play Mississippi State or Kansas State.
Yep.
And Mississippi State gave up 98 points to Iowa State, and Iowa State doesn't score 90. ever.
Mississippi State's not great. Don't really know what Kansas State is yet.
Right.
I don't think.
Yeah, not yet.
And don't really know what New Mexico is yet. They will win a lot of changes in the offseason.
Right. Yes. So you're like,
but you're gonna have opportunities there. But those are all going to be upgrades from the first three games.
And this is what I guess I've said. Maybe we talked about before, but there's 4 key non-conference games.
Oh yeah. Yep.
There's 4 of them.
So those 3.
So Oklahoma, New Mexico, and then the
second game in Kansas City.
Yeah, whatever that one looks like.
And then Creighton, right?
And Creighton.
Yeah.
If you go 2-2,
you're fine.
You need to go 2-2 at a minimum.
Yeah.
I think there's a chance they can go 3-1.
Sure.
2-2 at a minimum.
Yeah.
In that, and then not obviously lose a bye game to anybody.
And honestly, like
I can't imagine, looking at the schedule, the bye games that are left are, well, Winthrop probably a little better than we think. South Carolina, Upstate is that you're winning.
Yeah,
that.
They're not.
And then North Dakota and New Hampshire. That's your bye games left. So really, Winthrop's the one.
You should go undefeated in the bye games.
Yeah, like you should. Winthrop's.
And honestly, New Mexico and either Kansas State or Mississippi State, like those are, while they are upgrades of competition,
they're winnable games.
Very winnable games.
Yeah,
and not that Oklahoma and Creighton aren't.
Yeah.
But like in terms of those 4, asking them to win 2 of those 4, when 2 of them are those games, is a very reasonable ask.
Correct. Yes. So I mean, the positives obviously is their non-steal turnover rate is only 96. Nebraska's right now after 3 games. Last year they were 315th, I think they believe.
So that's better.
At the end of the year. So that's been an improvement.
Yeah, got to take care of the ball a little bit better.
Yes. Now they're not going to block shots like they're just on defense and anything like that. But their 2-point percentage is 36 in the country, and their adjusted offensive efficiency is 53rd, and their defense is 45th. Right in squarely in the mix.
That's
right there.
Right where you need to be.
Yeah, like you're right there. So
that's squarely in the mix of what we talk about. Be a bubble team.
Be a bubble team. Be a bubble team or above the bubble, like a little bit, right?
Yeah. Like we said, like we said before the season,
league play is totally going to help.
Right. So like we said before the season, they're probably going to sit somewhere between 8 league wins and 12 league wins.
Yes.
If you're at 8, you're probably on the wrong side of the bubble. If you're at 12, you're definitely on the right side of the bubble.
Definitely in. Yeah.
Especially if they tell you what we talk about in the non-con.
If they go 2-2 at a minimum
and win all their bye games.
4 non-conference games, win all the bye games.
If they win 12 conference games, they are 100% in.
No question.
Like not even close.
And then
if they win 8, they're probably out.
They're
but still
right
on the
bubble, right? They will see.
Probably on the wrong side
and then
of it.
10, I think anything above 8, I think you're probably for sure. And 9-11, you can get in the Big Ten because it's the Big Ten.
Depending on how good the Big Ten ends up being this year.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I
anticipate them being
Illinois and Purdue.
I anticipate them being good. Yes.
All those teams are on the schedule. There are quad 1 games all over the schedule.
Oh yeah,
and Iowa's going to be much better.
Yeah, you'll have a great opportunity. I mean,
and you play them twice.
Yes.
So I saw Iowa Robert Morris. I watched that game and I was like, whoa, bud. Like
it's gonna look a little different.
They're pretty good.
Gonna look a little different this year.
They're pretty good.
You don't have Fran around to let you get into a
and the USC UCLA thing, you split maybe those,
Yeah, I mean,
you're going on the road there though, it's kind of tough.
Yeah, but like a Ben McCollum Iowa team is a different animal.
Way different.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of excited to see it. Not that I have any love.
Indiana's way better too.
Yeah, I mean D-Rock at Indiana, like that's gonna be a
coaching upgrade. Like
a million times over. And also Tucker DeVries is incredible.
Yeah, he's
like that's gonna be a tough
they
thing
can
to
really
deal with.
shoot it. Yeah.
So that's gonna be super interesting to see. Mike, anything else before we reconvene next week?
No, I just headed to Sioux Falls for the Oklahoma game. That one is so interesting to me. And last year in Sioux Falls, they should have beat St. Mary's. It was close. They were winning the game, and then St. Mary's went on a little run, and they couldn't fight back to win it. They had a chance. Obviously, Bryce Williams missed the shot at the end, but gotta get that one.
Yeah, that
one's like a key. It is important because Oklahoma's going to be kind of maybe in the same situation as you.
Yeah, in terms of like on the bubble,
not on
the bubble. Yeah,
50 to 45 to 65. In that RPI, Ken Palm, whatever net rating stuff.
Yeah. They're having wins against those
similar
teams.
You got to beat those.
Yeah,
you got to have those wins.
Because I mean, whether they say it or not, if you're in the same spot and they go head-to-head tiebreaker.
you're gonna
feel better about yourself.
Yeah, you're gonna feel a lot better. So they need two really good days of practice. Coach Hoiberg said our focus needs to be better. He was not happy after Maryland. I'm telling you,
I can't imagine. I mean,
you could tell he was not very happy. He actually had a cuss word in there too. So they only practice 2 days and they go up to Sioux Falls. So they need 2 really good days of practice, Thursday and Friday.
Oklahoma on Saturday, 6 p.m. It's on BTN, or take a little drive up to Sanford Pentagon.
Yeah, if you can get tickets.
If you can get tickets to the good old Sanford Pentagon and Sioux Falls, just head on up there.
Right.
Go hang out with Mike.
Yeah, I'll be there. Me and I guess a lot of people are gonna be there because it's a football bye week. So
yeah, I mean,
it's a lot of media there.
Great opportunity too, and it's an easy trip.
Yeah.
Right. That is Nebraska Shootaround. Mike, thanks so much for joining me again this week. We'll talk again next Wednesday, and of course on Friday about prep stuff. But we will talk to you again soon.
All right.